fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back. I thought we could go ahead and talk about my January favorites, the makeup products that I've been loving. I feel like I have quite a lot to share with y'all today. At least, I don't know, maybe it's not that much, but I love all the products so much it feels like I have a lot to talk about. I did just want to say really quickly, I'm sorry I've been a little MIA. I ended up getting sick last week. I ended up having COVID. Luckily I'm fine, everything's okay now, but I definitely was not in the space to be filming or posting or anything like that. But I am back, although this morning I went to film right away as soon as I dropped my son off at preschool, and they started doing the leaf blower right outside my house, and I was like, okay, that's fine, I'll just do my makeup off camera. And then I went to film and my mic was dead, so then I had to go run to the store and get more batteries. So it's kind of been a morning already, but I'm excited to share these things with you, so let's just go ahead and jump on in. So I'm gonna start off with an eyeshadow palette, and I'm so excited about this one specifically because I've been raving about it so much, and it's finally coming back in stock today. So that is going to be the Ace Beauté Tropical Vibes palette. I absolutely love this one. I mean, it's just a grungy green dream. It's so pretty, and it has pretty much been out of stock since it launched, but it's coming back today. I believe it's launching at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I'll make sure to have it linked down below. Hopefully there's enough stock that it doesn't sell out immediately, but I'm so excited about it because I know so many of y'all have wanted to get your hands on this. So I'm trying to be better at swatching things during my videos, so I'm gonna swatch my favorite shades. I really love this one, Rainforest. I feel like it's such a pretty greeny gold, just perfect metallic. This shade Palm Tree I really love as well. It's just a super grungy green. And then let's do Pickle. Why not? I feel like they're just so pretty, so nice. The mattes blend amazing. This is a new formula from Ace Beauté. I already did, I think, a 3 looks video with a review and a first impression on this as well that I can link down below. But I mean, it has just been my go-to anytime I want anything green. Okay, so the next product I want to talk about is the Rose Ink Concealer. I have the shade LX010, and this is the only product I've tried from Rose Ink, but considering how much I love it, I'm definitely curious to try more from them. So I purchased this concealer on Hannah Louise Poston's recommendation just because we have a very similar skin type and skin tone, and when she was raving about this as being such a good formula but also literally the perfect color, I knew I had to try it. So I would say if you're someone who's really fair and you have really true neutral undertones, I think that this concealer is so nice. And then obviously for anyone who's looking into it, the formula is beautiful. It's kind of it's like a dewy Tarte Shape Tape. That's how I would describe it. I feel like it has a really decent amount of coverage. You can definitely go in with less and sheer it out, or you can go more full coverage if you want, but it has such a beautiful just slightly satin finish to it. And I've worn this with powder, I've worn it without setting. It looks beautiful at the end of the day either way. It doesn't get super creasy or emphasize any lines under my eyes, so this has definitely been a favorite. I know it's a little bit more boring because it's just it's a concealer, but I feel like I've been searching for a holy grail concealer for so long, and now I finally have one. It's actually not what I'm wearing today because I wasn't sure what I was going to film when I was doing my makeup yet. I'm actually wearing the Rare Beauty concealer, which is nice as well, but this one's definitely a lot less coverage than the Rose Ink. So I don't know how it worked out this way, but I have one bronzer, one blush, and one highlighter to mention that I've been using all month long. So for bronzers, it's going to be the Balm Take Home the Bronze bronzer in the shade Oliver. So this is supposed to be an anti-orange bronzer, and I've had this for a while, but I don't know if you can see, I'm starting to make a little bit of a mark in it. I really like this bronzer. It's what I have on today. It's just a very nice neutral, slightly cool toned shade, and it does not pull orange on my skin at all, which I really love. It is a very matte bronzer, but it's very creamy as well, and you can see just blends so nicely. So there's a little swatch. Sorry about my hands. I am living the I have a kitten life, but the bronzer is just the perfect shade for fair skin tones. I know that they have a few different shades of the anti-orange bronzer, but this has just been my go-to. And the reason this has been my go-to, honestly, is because I feel like the packaging is just like super secure, and I like can bring it anywhere I want. And I was really loving the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, but I completely broke it, and then I put it back together, and then I broke it again, and I put it back together, and now I think it looks okay. But I have like given it a little bit of a break because I had broken it so much. I don't know if that even makes sense. I gave it a break because I broke it, but here's what she's looking like. So I love this bronzer as well. I mean, it's definitely a little bit lighter, but I don't plan to travel with this or like bring it anywhere ever again because the mess has been real. And then the blush that I have been loving is actually like a rediscovery from my collection. This is the Milani blush in the shade Rosa Romantica, and I don't know why this recently just I started grabbing for it, and I love it so much. So the thing about this blush is that it's the perfect, most neutral blush ever. Like, it has like the most stunning glow to it, but it's like the tiniest amount of pink possible. Like, it's such a neutral blush. Show you what it looks like on my finger. I mean, you can barely even tell there. I'm sure some people would be able to use this as a highlighter, but I have been loving it. It's what I have on the cheeks today. And again, like, I feel like it doesn't even really look super blushy. It kind of just adds a little bit of glow, adds a little tiny bit of a pinkness. I feel like these two products together give the like, I'm not wearing makeup, this is what my skin actually looks like, I just have flawless skin kind of vibe. So yeah, I've been loving those two, and sometimes because this is so glowy, I will forego highlighter, but it just depends on how I'm feeling. Today, I went ahead and did just a little bit of Web from the Tiny Marvels palette from Sydney Grace, and just like blended that on top just to add a little bit more of a glow, but love it. And then the highlighter that I can't get enough of that I accidentally broke the packaging for is the Sydney Grace Pink Lightning highlighter. I mean, I've talked about it time and time again, but this month I've just been going back to it so much. Honestly, it's amazing, like just seeing how long this highlighter lasts for, because I have definitely used it and used it and used it. So I'll show you just a little swatch of what it looks like, because it is literally the prettiest pink highlighter ever. I mean, what more is there to say? That's definitely quite of a heavy swatch. I use it a little bit more lightly on my cheeks, but I just, so good. Best pink highlighter. If you love pink highlighter and you haven't tried Pink Lightning, you are definitely missing out, because it's amazing, and I think it's like $8. So I have another eyeshadow palette to talk about, and this was actually the first one that I thought of when it came to choosing my favorites for this month, because I've gone back to this palette over and over and over again, and it has just quickly become such a favorite. And I know I mentioned it in my 2021 favorites, but it's been a January favorite as well. So that is going to be the Blend Bunny Blends palette. This is just a matte rainbow palette, but I've just been reaching for it nonstop. I feel like every time I've been playing with any special shadows or anything, or even just I've done matte looks with this. Like yesterday, I actually did a matte look just with this shade, and then a little bit of the white to highlight, and called it a day, and it was really pretty. It actually pulled a little bit like plummy. Today, I've got those shades, and then I've also got some purple mixed in as well. But I've just been loving this palette. I mean, it blends so nicely. The pigmentation is beautiful. The aesthetic of the palette is everything. I feel like someone commented once and told me that when I say aesthetic, instead of saying aesthetic, I say aesthetic, and that they couldn't unhear it, and now I can't unhear it either, but it's just the way that I say it. Yeah, I love this palette so much, and it's just kind of silly because I thought that I wouldn't. I thought it was just going to be another rainbow palette, but it has definitely been a go-to. I would say my favorite tones in here that I've reached for the most are the purples, but everything is really great. I keep forgetting to swatch things, but I feel like mattes are less exciting to swatch. I'm just going to go ahead and do Giggle, because that purple is my favorite. We can do Bewitched, all the purple vibes, and then we'll do this Truth shade, because I've been reaching for that one a lot as well. I mean, it's just a super neutral light matte, but I'll show you what they look like. I mean, so nice. So I have some single shadows I want to talk about that I have been loving this month, and this is definitely a very new favorite. They just got to me this month, but I am so in love with the formula. I've been loving pairing them with the Blend Bunny palette, but I just have to talk about them. So that is going to be the Touch of Glam Color Me Multichromes. I have 3 other shades here that are beautiful as well that I also really enjoy, but the square pans, the 6 square pans, are the Color Me Multichromes. I do have a full video I can link for y'all, but they are just the best formula. Like, I am so honestly absolutely shook by them, which I feel like doesn't happen as much now because there's so many amazing eyeshadows out there, but just the formula, oh gosh, I can't even explain it. The reason I love them so much is because they're so creamy. They stick to the eyes really, really well. There is very, very minimal fallout, and the shifts are absolutely beautiful. So I have this shade Blue Lagoon right here on my eyes today. You only need a little bit. I probably picked up too much, but that's Blue Lagoon. It's so pretty. This shade right here called Color Me a Kaleidoscope or something Kaleidoscope is just the prettiest shade. I cannot. And then let's do this one. This is Undeniably Pink. They are just so beautiful. I feel like you guys are not ready. And they're so shifty. They look actually holographic on the eyes, and they feel like creams. Like, look at that. How can I not be obsessed with these shadows? They're so good. All right, last but not least, I have 2 different lippies I wanted to share with y'all that I've really been loving this month. So the first one is going to be the Kaja Gloss Shot, and this is in the shade Milk Tea. So I don't know if you can tell, like, I feel like I've already used a decent amount of this gloss. It's what I have on today. I feel like this is just a super nice kind of sheer, really light, cool tone pink gloss. And the reason I like it is because it is so sheer. It is so sheer that I feel like it gives like that really light nude lip look, but it does not separate. It doesn't like go into the lines of the lips or anything. It just looks super pretty and glossy. And I feel like there's a lot of glosses like this that just turn out wrong. They're just not right. So I've really been loving this one. I mean, I'll swatch it for you. I'm not going to do it on my hand because there's sparkles everywhere on my hand, honestly. But you can see that there's just not that much to it. It's very sheer. But I feel like it just has a beautiful glossiness to it. It's super comfortable. So I've been loving that. And then there's also been one liquid lipstick that I've been really enjoying recently, and that is the Sigma Cinderella lipstick. This is the shade Dreamy. Unfortunately, I don't think that this is available alone, so I'll swatch what comes with it in just a moment, but this has been a favorite. I feel like the formula is really nice, super comfortable, just like a classic matte liquid lipstick that dries down all the way. It doesn't come off very easily. I really like that. I don't love the like hybrid in between where it's like it dries down but it still comes off easily. I feel like kind of like, what's the point? But the reason I love this beyond the formula is just the shade. I feel like it is like the perfect neutral shade. It just goes with everything. And I just think it looks so flattering. So I'll do a little swatch of Dreamy right here. I don't know, I just feel like it's so nice. Like it has like this really pretty rosy brownness to it, but it's just gorgeous. And then it does come with a lip gloss, which I'll swatch for you, which is really pretty as well. I wouldn't call it a favorite, but just in case you're curious, because it isn't available individually, this is the lip gloss in the shade Magical, and it's just like a really beautiful, slightly glittery gloss, but not too much in my opinion. I think it still looks really pretty. You can see that one isn't quite as like glossy as the Kaja one, but it has more sparkle to it. All right, y'all, so those are all of my January favorites. I would love to know what you've been loving this month. Feel free to leave your favorites down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.